Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Summit Point, West Virginia. Beautiful road course here in the hills of the Midwest. It is a chilly and wet morning, and the guys from Revo have invited us out to test a couple of their cars. So we're going to start with their new Golf Sportwagen. This has their Stage 1 tune, an intake, and a prototype catback exhaust, as well as their lowering springs and their wheels, which are 19-inch wheels with an Advan tire. So here we go. The tune gives you an extra 25 horsepower, an extra 50 pound-feet of torque over stock. This car does have the stock dampers as well as the stock brakes. It's a manual car. The track is beginning to dry out a bit here on the sunny side. There's definitely still some damp sections going on, but I can turn in here now. That is nice. The Golf Sportwagen replaces the old Jetta Sportwagen. I think it looks a lot better personally. It's a little smaller, at least it looks a little smaller, and it also, to me, feels a little lighter on its feet as well. Nice predictable turn in there. 5,000 RPM red line. There were people in my last diesel video that said the appropriate way to go fast in this car is to short shift. I disagree. I think the appropriate way to go as fast as possible is to run it to red line when you can, but differing opinions on that. A little dirty in that apex area right there. The car is very quiet, very refined. And you do need to short shift that one. You got to get used to changing your gears a little differently. It's slightly different from the gas-powered Golf. Your speeds are about the same, but in the slower corners, I like to go through them in third in the diesel instead of second in the gas cars. This would make a nice daily driver. Very refined. So the reason I'm focusing on the TDI is, here's what's going to happen. Pretty soon, if you have one of these or want to buy one of these, Volkswagen's going to neuter it with their new emissions tune. It's probably going to give you less power. So once you take your car back, get it neutered by them, then what you do is you call Revo and you get their tune. Easy. Fixes that problem. But the longer wheelbase of this compared to the regular Golf does give it a little more stability through these corners. Probably not as much so if you're doing an autocross or something, but on the track, it's good. Come on! The ride quality is good here. It's not too stiff with these the lowering springs. It seems the standard dampers can handle it. I like the ride quality. It's a very refined experience, though. I'd be lying if I said that it felt fast. It's still not, fast, but for a car that'll get almost 50 miles a gallon, you certainly could show up at a track day and, I mean, if not lay down really good times, you could certainly have a good time without getting a good time. Does that make sense? Hope so. Okay, next. Short shift to third. The manual shifters on these have gotten better. I used to hate Volkswagen's manual shifters, and it seems they have really improved the feel. It's got good direct throw, just the right amount of notchiness, but not too much effort. Very good indicator that you are in the gear. Maybe I'm a little too far inside there, but I've got a good runoff out here, the curbing. Go, go, go. All right, here's 70. There's 80. 85 into fourth gear. Can I see 100 on this straightaway? 95, 96, 7, there's 100. I'm braking very conservatively at the end of this back straight because right there between the 3 and the 2 is really wet. That grass is really wet, and that is not the kind of place you want to go off in a borrowed car. I like that the track is drying a bit, though. It's getting better. Traction control light is coming on, but it doesn't really seem to be pulling timing or affecting power, which is nice. I like a not so invasive system. I have a feeling if I really stepped the back out, it would probably step in and save me, but didn't even need to go to fourth there. Maybe that was an extra shift I didn't need before. It's easy though. This car, the word that comes to mind is easy. It's not going to get ahead of you. I mean, you could probably, you could end up bass backwards in the wall if you really messed up, but it's very manageable. If you wanted to buy something like this as a daily, you know, and then go to a track day with it, that is doable. Temperatures, not even putting up a fuss. Right in the middle. Yes. It is a momentum car, though. You want to brake kind of as little as possible. And just carry that momentum. Use the torque of the diesel right there. About 3,500 RPM in third coming out of that corner. Go, go. This would be a great car to learn racetracks in. Or if you happen to be an instructor, it would be a good car to really instruct in, too. Good car for getting the fundamentals down. It doesn't have a whole lot of bad behaviors. Oh, good. Under braking, the back end did rotate around there, which when it's dry out is something you want. When it's wet out, you don't necessarily want your back end moving all over the place, even in a front-wheel drive car. Load that up there. Yeah, over crest. Got to keep your momentum up, but when you do, very rewarding. The steering has good feedback. It's very light. The seats have decent lumbar, actually, and doing a pretty good job of holding me in. I like that. See, I went flat there, and I didn't have the grip to go flat, and the traction control kicked in, but it didn't fully pull the timing and die. It actually was able to still use power to get out of the corner there. That was good. Cool. So look, the tune on this car is a conservative tune. It's meant to go on a stock engine. But what you do is, once Volkswagen neuters your car with their new emissions-friendly tune, then you just call Revo, you get this tune, and that's the end of it. But I like when a car like this has no vices. Yeah, it makes a little more power, gives you a little better response, but you don't lose anything. There is a no-lose situation here. And I like that very much. Golf Sportwagen, Revo Stage 1. Neat little car. See you guys tomorrow from Summit Point.